The Woman Journals, Entry 2. Rose knows something big is going to happen today. The how might be somewhat difficult to explain, but there have been signs all morning. First, she woke up at exactly 4:44 a.m., far from the usual 6. She had had enough time to actually do her hair after making breakfast and preparing her sons for school. Then, 2 streets away from their school, a snake had just gingerly slithered across the road. Her husband stepped on the brake pedal so hard it might have actually broken. That is the Nigerian equivalent of seeing a black cat, and when you see one of those, you need to turn the fuck around and take another route. Unfortunately, doing that would have made the boys late, and then the school wouldn't allow them entry without paying an obscene amount as a late fee, so no. After dropping their sons off and getting a stern look from their old crone of a principal, her husband takes her back home and sets off to the office. By the time she's done all the dishes, organized all the laundry, and even made herself a small cake because she deserves the treat, Rose almost forgets about the omen she's had all day. That is until someone knocks on the small gate. You know, the small gate people have in front of their flats just in case robbers manage to get in the main gate? Yeah, that. Rose doesn't often get visitors. She does the visiting. People in her space make her feel very uncomfortable. Maybe it's her sister-in-law. Nah, they don't get along. She wouldn't be here. She gets up mid-chew and peeks through the curtains. Young, light-skinned, tall. Long lashes, shiny nails, expensive weave. Crop top, cargo pants. Shoes she can't quite see from here, but she's pretty sure they're expensive too. "Waiting campus girl dey fine for you," she murmurs, swallowing her cake and patting down her simple blue dress. "Hey, who are you?" The way the girl's voice switches from excited to disappointed almost gives her whiplash. What? Nobody has a B name in this house. "I'm Rose. May I help you?" she asks, ever polite because that's just her way. The girl, young woman, really, just pouts. "I'm looking for John. He hasn't been picking my calls in a while and I'm getting worried." Rose's brain grinds to a halt. "Oh wait, you're his sister, right? I've seen your portrait in the parlor before." His what? Her husband's what? Rose takes a deep breath and pastes a smile on her face. "Why don't you come in? I'm sure he'll be here soon." Then she opens the gate, graciously accepting the girl's overjoyed hug as she scampers inside, away from the hot sun. For a long minute, she clenches and unclenches her fists, counting backwards from 20. If she loses her temper here, this girl will not be leaving here in one piece. They make small talk, Rose offering the girl some of her cake and a bottle of water. She learns that the girl's name is Adeola and she's a final year accounting student at the University of Abuja. John's business trips are usually to Abuja. "How long have you been together?" Rose queries, smile never wavering. 2 years, Adeola says, sounding almost bashful. "God, your brother is so sweet to me, like when he surprised me with a trip to Dubai last November. It was so romantic." Rose remembers that trip vividly. She remembers the weekly video calls with the husband who was supposedly away at the conference that could make or break his career. She can feel her heart sort of shatter into 1,000 tiny pieces, but with it comes clarity. Adeola is excited to be talking with her older boyfriend's supposed sister. She's genuinely enamored with the man Rose has been married to for 11 years. She has no idea that anything may be out of the ordinary. "Why don't you call him? See when he'll come back." Adeola is very much in favor of this idea and pulls out her iPhone X to do so. "Hey baby!" She practically cheers when he picks up. "My angel, what's up?" Oh, it's on speaker. Rose's bottle of water creaks in her hands. "I'm at your house," she chirps. Both women hear him practically choke on his own saliva. What? "I wanted to surprise you. You've been so distant lately. Oh, and your sister is so nice." "My what?" Rose takes that as her cue to lean forward, closer to the smartphone, and says, "Hello, brother." "Blood of Jesus," John hisses. The line goes dead. Rose stands abruptly, causing the admittedly talkative girl to swallow her confused words. "I'll be right back," she says, fake smile sliding off her face. There, on the vanity, is a photo of her and her husband at their wedding reception. She picks it up and honestly can't help the watery smile that surfaces as she looks at their happy faces. So young, so in love, so naive. She makes her way back to the living room and unceremoniously hands the frame over to the girl. Sits down, takes a sip of water. What? It's obvious the very second everything clicks in Adeola's mind. Suddenly, the girl is on her knees, pleading and crying for Rose's forgiveness. But there's no forgiveness to give, and Rose says as much, offering the girl a hand to get up. There's only solidarity. John is aware that he is fucked. Very much so. He knows exactly what his wife is capable of. She's the one who used to beat up anyone who so much as looked at him wrong when they were in uni. She's the one who wreaked havoc on lecturers confirmed to be sex offenders until they had no choice but to resign. The problem is she isn't doing anything. 4 months ago, his wife and his side piece suddenly became the best of friends. Spa days, shopping trips, outings with his sons, the whole shebang. At this point, the boys call Adeola their second mother. Sometimes, when Rose is in one of those moods, she absently suggests a threesome between the three of them, and then says something about him being tied up and ringed and many, many other things he would rather not think about. He knows he is fucked. The day both women finally decide to deal with him, he may not survive. He's written his will just in case, because he knows Adeola will too. Rose would chop him into tiny pieces, but Adeola would quietly poison him and make him write a suicide note as the life slowly drains out of him. Maybe this attraction to dangerous women is more trouble than it's worth. Hi, I'm Ravi. I don't know if I should congratulate you for listening to this point, but congratulations and welcome to my podcast. This is a story I wrote myself. It is the second part of a 10 or 15 part series. I don't know, I'm not done yet. So please tell me what you think about it. What do you think about the story? What do you think about how I read it? And share it with someone you think would like this. Share it with your friend that you think is going to get caught like this in the future. I don't know. I don't particularly think it matters. But thank you for listening. And make sure to share and, follow this podcast channel. How do they say it in podcasting? I'm used to saying subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Is it the same thing for podcasts? I don't know. I will see you next week. What day is it? It is currently Wednesday. I'll see you next Wednesday. Let's do this.